And the British are now allied with Poland. I'm not at all surprised at this, honestly. And both countries, of course, had their reserves mobilized. Economic drain and all that. But that has been fixed now. But now, let's have a look-see here. Are there any places out in my colonies that I can expand the infrastructure? Because some railroads out here would be very nice. And might even start winning favor with the locals. Though I very much doubt that. Especially in Morocco. I did conquer them in 2 separate wars, after all. And they're unlikely to forget that anytime soon, I don't think. But you never know. Unlikely, I'm sure, for them to start supporting me in any way in the conceivable future. But I have to try. Yes, I do. Can't build over there any. Now what about Cuba? No chance of that. Same in Puerto Rico. This little island I'll build a railroad on, I think. And I'm fairly certain I'm building them everywhere it's possible to at the moment. Bias multiculturalism, colonial migration. Okay. And now we keep on going with this. There's not really a whole lot for me to do right now. I'm waiting to be able to research machine guns so I can colonize. So I don't have a whole lot to do. And there's a problem in Melilla. Let me check this out. I think Melilla is over here in the Pacific. Apparently not. I'm not seeing this place. Oh. In Morocco. Spanish Al Rif. So, militancy and consciousness. are the things I need to check out. Let me see. I think we'd better go with the one that gives a little consciousness. Because that militancy over in Morocco is getting to be a problem. Holstein has gone bankrupt, but we don't have the capacity to go to war with these places. And I really think it's kind of dumb for us to be going to war with random people over the fact that they're not paying their money to us. Though, it's probably not stupid, and I'm just not thinking about it right. Some general died. There's a rebellion over in the Americas. That needs dealing with. Please move those bloody ships. Yes, my army is in retreat. Cuba's in open rebellion. I'm moving them there. And now to be able to defeat these rebels, I have to up my military spending enough that I can fight them off. Which is going to be an extreme pain in the ass. That means spending more money. I don't like it when I'm forced to do stuff like that. And I need to wait until my army has better morale. But they're beginning to occupy Havana, which I don't want happening. We get a little more shared prestige, and I'm marching on Havana. That's taken care of now. We can drop military spending and drop the national stockpile. Now that we've dealt with the rebellion in Cuba. I'm gonna wait to see how bad these rebellions get before I decide what to do about Cuba. Because right now, my biggest problems are Cuba and the Philippines. I may actually release them as Commonwealths if it gets to that point. Yeah, I think we need to lose militancy more than anything else. Because I have more of that. Railroad got built. I'm good with that. And I'll keep on doing that. South Cameroon. Where is that? And what kind of militancy have they got? Okay. They don't want prohibition. That will lower population militancy a little bit, so I'll take it. We're not getting much from farming and mining anyhow, so I don't see the problem. And we can sign the Geneva Convention now. Which reduces our maximum military spending by a little, but we're not spending that much because I have a terrible economy right now, so I'm going to sign it. Lose 1 infamy, and a reduction in our monthly war exhaustion and increase of organization regain rate. Let's sign it. Yes, we have just signed the Geneva Convention. So, let's continue. We discovered something else to give us more prestige. And we finished our latest research into iron steamers. So now I'm going to research some more. But I'm going to switch into commerce. I'm hoping to make some more money, honestly. So, organized factories. May end up handy. Population in Taza loses militancy. Plenty of railroads being built, and another newspaper. And we are really not getting along with Spain right now. Sorry, France, I mean. We are playing as Spain, so that would be weird to say we really aren't getting along with ourselves. Of course, if we were in the middle of a massive civil war, it would be the case, but we aren't, fortunately. And I hope it stays that way. And we move on to 1862. With as little, I should say, for us to actually do. I'm just sitting here and watching the months tick by and waiting for it to be 1870 so I can research machine guns. Diplomatic crisis in West Macedonia. What crisis are we talking about here? The Russian Empire is backing Greece. Oh dear. If the Ottomans get involved in a war there and France isn't backing them, then I think I'm gonna break my alliance and go neutral on this one. I need an alliance, but the Ottomans seems like have no friends, and they drag me into a war that would just get me crushed and all my territories And half my colony's stolen or something. Another of our military leaders is dead. Pretty much another year left until a war breaks out over the Greek territories. And elections have started. Oh joy, elections. Economic policy. Laissez-faire, or however the hell you say that, is... I think what I want. But it's not very supported, so I'm having to go for planned economy, even though I don't want to. Simply because that has more support among my population. France has Algeria in their sphere of influence now. Local administration is criticized for some industrial stuff. And we'll make everyone 5% more in favor of planned economy. Because I really don't want planned economy. This crisis really is heating up. And we built some more railroads. Citizenship policy in Granada. Full citizenship. It and limited are on about the same level right now. Another revolution in Hamburg. Egypt goes to war with Ethiopia. The price of dye has dropped like a rock. Some random researches. And that's about it. And the Ottoman Empire gave up the territory they got from Greece. So I imagine an Ottoman-Greek war is in the cards fairly soon. And I kind of hope it is, because those borders look ugly. And of course that's an excellent reason to go to war in this game, right? Ugly borders. And I'm going jingoist. Simply because that's what fits right now. Free trade. Factory output is going well. Let's see here. Scientific management. What do I go for next? Early railroad, I think. Keep going with the whole industrial theme. More railroads being built. And again, free trade. Full citizenship.